Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Today's class is a upper body yin yoga class. So we're going to get into the neck, the shoulders, the side body, and hopefully after this, if you're experiencing any tension in any of those areas, you feel much more relieved and relaxed. So we're going to begin in a pose called graceful bow. If you're comfortable sitting back on your heels, you can sit back like I am, just kneeling on your shins. If you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, you could put a block between your heels and send the weight of your hips back onto that block. Alternatively, you could just crisscross applesauce your legs or even sit in a chair if that's more comfortable for you. So the lower body isn't so important for this pose, and it's going to be a nice neck release. First, I want you to let your left arm just kind of dangle down beside you, and then reach your right arm around behind your back, and you can either hold on to your left wrist, your left forearm, or see if you can grab a hold of your left elbow crease with your left hand. Your right hand. Let that left arm be heavy, let the shoulders drop back and down away from your neck, and then just let your left ear drop over your left shoulder for graceful bow. You can close your eyes. Begin to notice your breath. Soften through your jaw. Soften along your brow bone. You may like to take the first few breaths here to play around with the tilt of your chin and find that really good spot where you're feeling the relief of tension right where you need it. And then getting really still in that spot. So with yin yoga, we want to always be practicing at our own appropriate edge, where you're feeling sensation that's interesting to you, but you're not overwhelmed by the sensation, and you're not feeling pain. Conversely, you're not feeling bored in your practice. With yin, we're really practicing staying in the present moment. No matter what is happening, no matter if the sensation is uncomfortable or not. And we hold each pose in stillness and softness for about 3 minutes today. And you'll notice that I get quiet during most of these poses after I guide you into them. And that's just time for you to go inward and be in your practice today. Take another breath in here. And use your next exhale to release your left arm with your right hand. Bring your right hand around in front of you. And then use your left hand to help your head come back up to center. And then release both hands down. Take a pause before you go to the other side to just acknowledge how that pose affected you. And then very similarly, just going to the other side, although it may not be the exact same experience, that's normal. Just bringing the right arm down, reaching the left arm around, holding onto your wrist, your forearm, or your elbow crease, feeling how that can help you open up through the chest, dropping the shoulders back and down. And this time, right ear is over the right shoulder, opening through the left side of the neck. Once again, closing the eyes. Soften your jaw, soften the space along your brow bone and between your eyebrows. You may even sense that as you breathe in, that your breath could travel right to the space that you feel this the most, encouraging the muscles, the fascia, the joints in that area to soften and let go of tension. Sometimes tension in the upper body can be caused by emotional stress or mental stress, as well as doing a maybe more intense exercise or workout. Whatever it is, I know that many of us hold tension in the shoulders and the neck. I know I do. And so every exhale, really sensing that tension leave your body. One more breath in. Exhale, let go of your right arm with the left hand. Bring that left hand around. Be sure to use your right hand to assist your head in coming back up to center before releasing the right hand down. And then pausing again before we go into the next pose. Acknowledge how that neck release has impacted you. And as you're ready, flutter your eyelids open. We're going to make our way all the way down onto the belly, laying face down on your mat, extending your legs out. So if you had your knees bent and you were sitting back on your heels, hopefully this feels really nice to release. You could even take a moment to kind of roll out the ankles like I'm doing here. And we're moving into a pose called open wing. So I'll show you how to do this on the right side first, because I feel like you'll be able to see it a little bit better that way. And then we'll go to the left side second. So you'll start by reaching your right arm out beside you, palm face down, making sure that your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder are aligned to one another. Bring the right side of your head to rest down on your mat. Bring your left hand under your left shoulder, and then roll onto your right side so that your right arm is going behind you. From here, you can pull your knees in towards your body, kind of like a little fetal position almost. Your legs are just helping you to stay balanced so you don't have to use too much effort here. Another option, depending on how you feel in your hips today, would be to step your left foot back behind you, pointing that left knee towards the sky. And then you can use a little bit less effort by bringing your right foot to the inside of your left thigh or to your left knee crease, kind of using that leg like a kickstand. And if that doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Your left hand could stay in front of you, or you can let it rest behind your back. Begin to soften into your shoulders and across your chest. This is definitely a really big pose for the shoulders. Maybe even noticing if you tense unconsciously in the low belly or in the hips. Even softening there as much as you can. We really are able to get the most of these yin poses whenever we can completely surrender. Stay with your breath. Stay in the present moment. Take another breath in here. Use your next exhale to slowly unwind, starting with your legs, especially if you had your legs back behind you. Bring your left hand in front of you to slowly roll back towards your belly. And then I like to just stack my forearms on top of one another or my hands on top of one another and rest my forehead down. I feel like this is a nice way to release that really big shoulder stretch. Breathing into your lower abdomen, feeling it expand into the floor with every breath in. And letting something go. Feel the release of the pose. Now we're just going to make our way to that same pose on the opposite side. So lift your head up. Reach your left arm out beside you this time, palm face down. Again, you want your left wrist and your left elbow in alignment with your left shoulder here. Bring the left side of your head to your mat. Press into your right hand to help yourself roll on over. And again, maybe just bringing your legs in today or stepping that right foot back, pointing the knee towards the ceiling, and then using your left foot like a kickstand to the inside of this right leg. Wherever it lands, wherever you can just let that left leg be a kickstand. Right hand can stay in front, or for more of an opening in the chest, right arm behind the lower back. Softening through your jaw, soften across your chest. Close your eyes or just soften your eyes. Let go of the weight of your head. Take one more breath in. Exhale, unwind slowly and mindfully. Use your right hand in front of you to help you come back to your belly. And once again, you can stack your hands or your forearms and rest your head down. A few breaths here to feel the release in the pose. With your next inhale, slide your hands back under your shoulders, press down, and slowly roll up into a tabletop pose. Our next pose is going to be melting heart, so really getting into the side body, the front of the body, and opening into the shoulders. So start this pose by keeping your knees right under your hips and dropping your elbows right under your shoulders. So this can be a good halfway point, or even can be your whole pose today, just letting your upper body sink into the support of your arms and letting your head be heavy. If you have it in your body today, you can extend your arms out long in front of you, trying to keep your wrists and elbows aligned with your shoulders, palms face down, and bringing your forehead to your mat. You could also grab some pillows or a block and bring it underneath your chest to give your heart space something to melt down on. But just like the name of the pose implies, we are melting the heart down towards the ground or towards a prop. Soften through your abdomen, soften through your shoulders. Connect with your breath again. Take another breath in. Exhale. Start to lift your head. Walk your hands back into tabletop pose. And then our next pose is just a nice counter stretch, our last pose before Shavasana. So bring your knees underneath your body. You could have the knees pretty and close to one another, sending the hips back towards the heels again. And then we're going to let the body drape over the thighs. Reach your arms back behind you, tops of your hands down onto your mat, resting next to your feet. Let your shoulders round forward and let your forehead rest down onto your mat for embryo, closed leg child's pose. And so this can feel nice in the back of the shoulders and the space between the shoulder blades, just letting the shoulders naturally round forward.
Breathe in a way that's comfortable for you. Sometimes in a pose like this, taking big belly breaths can feel really restrictive. And so if it feels better to move your breath up towards your shoulders in a pose like this, do that for yourself. Take another breath in and out. Inhale, slide your hands under your shoulders. Press your way up to an upright position, kneeling back on your heels. Feel the release of that pose. And then from here, we're making our way onto our backs for Shavasana. Turn yourself around. Recline down in any way that's comfortable for you. Maybe if you have a blanket nearby, you bring it under your head like a pillow, or cover up with it if you're a little bit chilly. You could keep your feet on the ground. If you have a bolster, you could bring it under your knees, or you could extend your legs long. Your arms can rest wherever's comfortable for you. And we're just taking these next few moments to let ourselves relax in a more neutral position, not bending the body in any particular way, letting the nervous system return to a state of equilibrium. You'll hear my voice whenever it's time to come back into the room. Until then, enjoy your Shavasana. Remaining just as you are, bring your awareness back to your breath. As you feel ready, begin to move your body in any way that feels good, starting small and then making the movements a little bit larger over time. Eventually hugging your knees in, roll yourself over to one side, press your way up to a nice comfortable seat, sitting in any way that works for you and your body. No rush. Whenever you get here, sitting up tall, letting your eyes be soft, returning to your breath. Feel gratitude for yourself for prioritizing your practice and prioritizing your well-being. Notice the impact of the practice on you. How do you feel? And we'll close our practice together with the chant of Om, palms together in front of the heart space. Wherever you are with your breath, release the air, breathe out. Take a breath in through the nose. And exhale to chant. Om. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope that today's class has served you well. Please let me know how this class went for you in the comments down below, and be sure to also leave a message about any other styles of classes that you might want to see on my channel in the future. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I put out a new class like this every single Sunday. And with that, I'll leave you here. I hope that we practice together again very soon. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.